So this our city is 5,000 acres. As you can see, here triangle is 5,000 acres. This is Mombasa Road. That side is Nairobi. This side is Mombasa for orientation purposes. So we've used what we call stitch and band model as a concept, as a planning concept. So we have bands running from north to south. The first band is commercial. Most of our tallest buildings will be along that band for commercial activities since it's closer to Mombasa. Then after that, we have to ensure that we are also a spongy city, because we say we are smart and sustainable. We have a whole band that we've dedicated for urban park. That's why you can see many green areas and furnitures and stadium, at least to ensure that the city can breathe and we can also recharge our aquifers. And the next band is technology band. And that's a land use that is not common within Kenyan planning framework. And within technology band, actually we are standing within technology band. We are here in this building here that is written hotel or conference. And even that building over there is within the technology band. So ideally the bands are coming from north all the way to the south. After technology band, we have residential, medium density residential. You can see the low building there. That's medium density residential. And then we have high density residential, which is the next band. For those of you on this side, there's a lot of reflection. Maybe we can stand on the other side. It's clearer from that side. Then we also have low density residential on this other side. And this is the Runda of Konza. And yes, and it's overlooking the wildlife corridor. This area is a wildlife corridor. It's 1,000 acres. Uko chini, that span. Yeah, after the blue roof, nyuma yake, all the way to Mombasa Road. And so the low density is overlooking that. And we also have a golf course within the same wildlife corridor. So the low density building area is overlooking the golf course and the wildlife area. And after that, we have, let me just move this way so that you can be able to see. We will put curtains. It's only that we don't have curtains. That's why we have a lot of reflection. So we have, the next band is the university band, the one that has low buildings from here all the way to top. That's where we have up, where we have Kenya Advanced Institute of Science and Technology. I think we've been able to see that. And we have a mini stadium that is shared by the different universities. One of the universities is Riara. You can be able to see Riara building, the small building that is just before the blue roof. Can you see a small building? That's Riara University, so it's within that band. And also Kaisi is still within the same band. We also have Open University, which is in this building, but they also have their parcels next to Riara, two of them. So they have actually started their master planning. So very soon they'll also start constructing. Then after that, now we have the light industrial. Of course, you can see the warehouses and all that. That's over 200 acres of light industrial. We don't have medium, we don't have heavy, but just assembly light industrial. So other supporting facilities include utilities, that is land use 6, blue in color. And so we have the water, wastewater treatment plant over there. I hope you can be able to see the white buildings, the white small buildings. Yeah, that's where we are treating our waste water, that is sewer water, to drinking standards by WHO. But we are going to use that water for irrigation. We have actually reticulated irrigation network to all the parcels, and also non-potable uses like flushing toilets. So we're not going to be using clean water to flush toilets. We're using the recycled water. Then to the northern part where my friend is standing, there's also white buildings. That's the water treatment plant. So that is the highest point, so the water can come to the city by gravity, and this is the lowest point, so that the sewer can also flow by gravity. Yeah, so we're also treating water there, even as we speak, borehole water for now. Other sources include Nolturesh and also Twake Dam, and we are also getting water from the northern collector, that is Nairobi. Then we also have other utilities include power substations. You can see there is a big substation there, and actually ukigeuka unaweza ona hizo pyros huko. That's 400 kV substation being done by Ketraco. And we also have other small substations, 66 kV. One of them is done, it's next to Kais. I'm not sure whether you're able to see. And we also have others distributed across the city to support different functions. Other utilities include a very unique utility, waste to energy. Our waste is being segregated into 4 fractions. We have plastic, we have organic, we have mixed, and we have paper. So for the mixed for waste that cannot be recycled, like paper can be recycled, but now the mixed waste, we're going to be incinerating it to generate electricity. And so we have a utility here that we call waste to energy center next to the light. Actually, it's within the light industrial area. In terms of light industrial area, one of our investors on this big parcel here is a blue roof that you can see. That's an EPZ, which is under construction and will start operations very soon. We also have recreational facilities within the plan, and some of them have been done. A very big sports stadium, over 160 acres, which will be done to FIFA standards. We have the one for the university that I talked about, and various pocket parks distributed across the city. For us, we have adopted also neighborhood concept. Within 15 minutes, you should be able to, access all the services. Maybe there is an office block. Let me give an example with this. We call them community neighborhood centers. One of them is this one here. So this is high density. Actually, this is workers housing, but at the end of the day, it's going to be one of our high density areas. So if you're living here, and this is technology band, so it has many offices, you're working there, and your child is going to school here, maybe your father is also sick, like for nursing home, there's a police station, I think, there. There's also a daycare. So, I mean, within 15 minutes, you should be able to access all the services, and so you have no reason to leave your house with your car. So we're really trying to promote non-motorized transport and use of electric vehicles to reduce environmental pollution. So other than that, in terms of recreation, we also have a botanical garden. I'm not sure whether I can be able to reach there. Next to that pond, the biggest pond there, we have botanical garden and arboretum. And we also have a 200 acres nature park. We call it nature park, where that pond is in a to this side. And so we're going to leave this in its most natural form, so that many years from now, you can tell how Konza was before the tall buildings came to be. Yeah, so part of our recreational spaces, it's like the Uhuru Park of Konza. But we also have other shared open spaces, including fields. For schools, unlike other planning concepts, schools are sharing, and even the community, they are sharing the fields. We have one that is done next to Kite. I hope you'll be able to see it because you're going to that side. One of them is done, and so we have several of them. Transportation, I think that's the second last land use that I'll talk about. So for you to access the city, let me come back to this side once again. We have several entrances to the city. So for today, you came through that, let me come closer. Yeah. You came through here. This is the first Auto Boulevard. We have 3 categories of roads, 60 meters, 40 meters, and 20 meters. So the one that you used is 40 meters, which is the main road connecting the city from Mombasa Road to another road that is behind us. We call it Konza Katumani Road. Then we have Green Transit Corridor, which is 60 meters. You'll be able to see it very well landscaped. If you're from 8th floor, you've seen some red. Yeah, that's the Green Transit Corridor. The only corridor that is going to be utilized for vehicles is only 3 meters for the BRT. The rest is landscape and also public spaces and open markets for some days of the week. Then, so that's the first access. Then we have another one here next to the stadium, and we also have another one here next to, this is a level 6 hospital. Oh yeah, we also have several hospitals. I forgot to mention that, sorry. From health center, from dispensary all the way to level 6. But this one is an emergency access. The third access is along that road, next to where that gentleman is standing. We call it Konza Katumani Road. So in case there is any incident along Mombasa Road, you can still be able to access the city. Then for other transport facilities, we have what we call, as you come into the city, you get in through a security feature. For those who are next to Mombasa Road or Konza Katumani, you can see something like security feature. And when you come in, you can park your vehicle, so a parking hub, and then a welcome center where now you get into the city. If you notice, the big road, the 60-meter road is terminating at the welcome center. That's where people will be boarding BRT from. We also have proposed, those who are on the other side, you can be able to see, passenger railway terminus. And you can assist them. Yeah, there's passenger railway terminus and also a cargo railway terminus within the light industrial area. So the proposal for extension is within the buffer zone plan. We've gone ahead and worked together with the counties around to plan 10 kilometers around Konza Technopolis. So the buffer zone plan has made a proposal for extension from Konza. The old Konza, where we got our name, is on this side. It's 7 kilometers away, and we have an MGR there. And we also have SGR 11 kilometers from there. So the plan now provides for extension of those two. The SGR station will be outside Konza on that land, that is the Iliri land. But the MGR is terminating within Konza. Where SGR is terminating, there's also a proposed airport within the buffer zone plan, but not within Konza. Yeah. So in terms of public purpose, I mentioned we have hospitals, we also have nyumba za wazee, we also have a police post, we have a police station that's actually under construction, and other facilities to serve the public, including social halls and all that. Anything that I've not mentioned? Yeah, Konza is generally flat, as you can see, and so prone to flooding. That's why you can see we provided for many ponds to hold that water, storm water. One, to slow down the velocity as it goes down, and also to ensure that we recharge our aquifer. We have more than 5 boreholes operational, and so we need to ensure that we recharge our aquifer. Lastly is urban agriculture. We have to ensure that the people eat, although we have very few parcels actually for mostly research for sustainable agriculture. So we have one parcel there, you can see that Nakaka Mashamba looks like a farm, and another one here. Actually, this big parcel is 30 acres, and it's the one right behind the construction site. You can see some pond there. So that's one of the parcels, and we also have another one within light industrial area where you can do animal farming. So our food basket is the buffer zone, and that's why we were really intentional in helping the counties come up with the buffer zone. So for the buffer zone, we've done urban nodes, but tried to safeguard the agricultural land as much as possible. Yeah, and if there is any question, I'll be glad to answer.